an operating standpoint, we are operating the village well within our revenue. We are not going over by any means in operational expenses. But there are a couple of capital projects, such as repainting the water tower, that has to be done and can't be put off. And so that is where that money is coming from. And as I mentioned at the last meeting, and since then I've made contact with about 2 people from other towns about them coming in the near future after they get through their own budget process of doing workshops with us and working on that capital needs study and putting the money away for capital projects in future years and different ways of accomplishing that. So I hope that helps clarify that we haven't increased our operating expenses day to day.
No, we have not.
And irresponsibly.
And again, as Kelly stated, the next board meeting we will have a public meeting.
A public hearing.
Public hearing, and then we'll vote. Have our budget appropriation set prior to the end of the fiscal year for the 2nd year in a row. Thank you.
Right? Yes. We'll do it as the last time where we open the public hearing, close, and we can go right into the regular board meeting. Are there any questions or discussion at this time about the draft of the budget? Because now is the time.
I think that's a good indication of when they talk about the water tower, what it's going to cost us this year to have it repainted when we go into the capital outlay program that we're trying to get through. So, you know, you figure if it's been 20 years, you know, the water tower is almost 20 years old, so it's cost us $10,000 a year, basically. You know, and if we start putting money away for that project in the next 15 or 18 years, whatever it's going to be, that money basically should be there when we get ready to do it again.
Yes.
Have already done it once before.
Which is what I'm going with.
Well, it wasn't fully repainted.
Yeah, we didn't do the whole thing. It wasn't done very well.
We're doing with our budget what a good preventative maintenance program does for your buildings and your property.
All right, if there's no further discussion,
one quick question, Mayor.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Jeff's layout.
yeah, what page are you? The bottom should be a page.
No, I know. I'm trying to find the right page
Okay.
because I just flipped off. Where he's figuring his cost to operate his fleet of vehicles, and that number of $2,500 gas for the public works trucks, that just sounds pretty slim for Jeff to stay in underneath that number. Especially if he's got any type of project going on, he's going to be using them, and with the fact that I'm looking at 30, the minimum of 30 to 35% cost increase in diesel fuel and gasoline by the summer, and railroads are already talking about increasing fuel surcharges alone into the 40% marker. I'm just wondering if it's something where we might want to think about giving Jeff a little more leeway on his fuel operated vehicles. That just seems like
Jeff, I'm looking at you.
I don't know, I'm just
The
thinking.
way we purchase the fuel, I know that gives us some savings, but I don't know how significant that is.
We've been buying it in bulk.
Okay.
We get 500 at a time. I know right now the diesel tank is just about between 3/4 and full. Most of the fuel consumption in the summer will be diesel because the tractors are going and such.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because we're looking at, right now, the trucking industry is looking at $5 a gallon diesel by summer. That's a 20% increase. It's something that you ought to really consider, you know, me being in the transportation industry, you ought to really think about, you know, or shuffling something else around in there, Jeff, so that you're not hanging on the breeze.
That's a 500 thing. I know we only paid about $3.30 something a gallon to fill that tank up when we had it filled.
That would be that would be an appropriate use of reserve funds.
Okay, well, I
think it's a valid point.
The number just stuck out at me because I'm in the transportation industry and I just thought I'd make that known to everybody, that's all.
Yeah, 'cause I think I put that number in there because I want to say we were close to that. Because we've only had the bulk fuel since March.
Yeah.
So we're just about a year into it. I know we're still under that 2,500. I know that the diesel has been topped off once and the unleaded has been topped off once and it's still about halfway. You know, keep in mind it was a slow winter, so.
Well, exactly, that's why, that's what I'm thinking.
I just kind of use it as a base for the first 6 months out of the year before, March. So we went from May to March using the regular fleet cards and we were paying retail minus whatever. I don't know, I'm sure we got some type of discount with the fleet card, but not nearly.
Not nearly.
Not nearly what we
Well,
got.
not when you buy in bulk and, I just was, looking out for your well-being in case you have something, a major incident happen where you need fuel.
Well, between now and the next meeting, I think that Jeff, maybe you and Jerry can put your heads together. I think it's a good point to explore. Let's see if we should just up it a little bit more or just put it on the reserve.
Either way, I just want to make sure that,
Sure.
It's a good point.
budget.
Yeah.
Well, let me see exactly where the tanks are at. Let's see what,
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
check to
Hold on,
see exactly
Yeah,
where the
there's no
expenses
reason
are
why you
now.
can't.
If we have to make an
Thank you.
adjustment.
Okay.
All right, good. Any other comments or questions?
Yes.
I'm telling you already.
All right, let's move on then from the budget to the draft of the appropriation ordinance that would cover May 1st, 2012, with April 30th, 2013. And Jerry's explained that somewhat, so I don't know if there's anything else we should add to that.
No, I think we covered.
Does anybody need any further clarification on what the appropriation is for? Okay. Then we will move on to item number 4. A few months ago, we had the police chief, Matt McCutcheon, ask us if we would adopt this ordinance, which Gray's Lake just recently adopted. I turned it over to Jim Rock, asked him to eyeball it, and made sure we were in sync on several items, and that has been accomplished. And we have the approved draft tonight, and I'd like to ask if we have a motion for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Trustees Darrenowski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Juberstein. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Waddington.
Aye.
Ordinance 12-3-158.
Okay, then item number 5 is the resolution for maintenance of streets and highways by a municipality under the Illinois Highway Code for $250,000. Do we have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Darrenowski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Juberstein. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Waddington.
Aye.
Resolution R12-3-62.
And then item 6 is the acceptance of the notice of award to Verter Excavating Contractors Incorporated for the Route 120 and North Street Water Main Project. You have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Question?
Yes.
When were they planning on starting?
We've been holding up, we wanted to start March 1, but there's a little delay with the easements. So we're having our pre-construction meeting Monday, and by April 1, I think we should be underway.
So there's no way we can hold them up until after school is out?
I can talk to them at our pre-construction meeting if that's what we're looking to do.
Wouldn't that be better? They can certainly slow people down. But I mean, if you didn't have to.
Well, that's true, that's a good point.
No, you want to hold up, that's fine. I'm just saying, there'd be less traffic if they could wait until closer to when school was out, but.
But we want to slow them down anyway, Gary, so.
All right, let's slow them down.
What's the length of the project, do you think?
It's probably only about 30 days. It's not a long duration.
So if we slow, if we wait till after school's out, we're not gonna hit the other end when school reopens, since it's 30 days.
And we did in the bid documents, we did get it as a spring project for them, so, you know, it could be at the beginning of their schedule before they really get going in the summer.
No problem, okay.
So we're gonna leave it as is, right? Is that what we're saying?
I would agree, yes.
Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, roll call?
Trustees Drabowski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Juniorstein. Aye. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Watkins.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, final item under business number 7 is acceptance of the agreement between the Village of Hainesville and Berger Excavating Contractors Incorporated for the Route 120 and North Street Water Main Project. We have a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Trustees Drabowski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Juniorstein. Aye. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Watkins.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I have a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 7:56.